Great. So, yeah, we've had a good week of practice the last 2 days, and we're excited about playing the game Saturday, an afternoon game, which is fun in the Pac-12. There's no doubt about it. So I'll take any questions at this time.
Obviously, we've talked a lot about LaVisca this year, but Tony Brown has really come on the last couple games with Juwan out. Can you talk about him specifically, but then also just how important it is for those other guys to step up and take pressure off LaVisca?
Right. Tony Brown has played excellent. His run after catch has been excellent. And, the big play that he made going back when Juwan got hurt at Nebraska, that slant that he broke the safety down and hit on there, that was a huge third down play on the last drive. I think gave him a ton of confidence, and he's been playing really well. We knew he was a very good player and liked a lot of things about Tony. All the other receivers are playing well and doing a good job, and Steven's doing a good job of getting the ball to them at different times, and so I think all those guys will step up and keep playing well.
Coach, a year ago in the match with Arizona State in Tempe, giving up 300 yards on the ground, and Benjamin having a great last week against Oregon State. How do you plan to contain the ground game?
Yeah, Benjamin's an excellent runner. They ran the ball, seemed like for 1,000 yards watching the film against Oregon State, and he a lot of the runs where he just made people miss. I mean, they did an excellent job blocking, but when he'd get to the second level, he would spin and make them miss, and he has great speed, and he's an excellent player. We're going to have to tackle him well. And like I say all the time, we got to fit up the run correctly, because if you get out of the wrong gap or get pushed in the wrong gap, he has the vision. He has great vision. He's able to see over here and cut all the way back over here. And then when he gets in the secondary, he has tremendous speed. So our ability to tackle and fit up the run in the correct spots, that's going to be a huge key in being able to win the football game.
Hey, Mike, go back. I want you to go back. You mentioned your son a moment ago. Go back to that play, even though it was called back because of penalty. That play in the end zone where Jake kind of yanked that ball away from the defender, is that a teaching play for your guys about the play's not over till it's over type of mindset? Yeah,
that was an excellent play by him. Steven threw it up down the middle, and their DB made a great play. And we tell our defensive backs, our receivers, when they're in position, sometimes it's hard. The guy comes in front of you, you don't see it. But when you're in position and you realize it could be an interception to the guy that's covering you, to turn into a DB. And he did that. I thought it was a phenomenal play to come down with that. We had a penalty that neglected it, but it could have been a big turning point at the end of the half there, because I think we at least got 3 points right there. We got the ball in the 10. But, yeah, that's a play of never giving up, never quitting, never say die attitude. And it was a heck of a play that Chef's pointed out to all the receivers and all them. That's how you try to make a play if you have an opportunity. Sometimes – the ball's thrown and the guy jumps in front of you, you don't see it. But on that situation, when it's anybody's ball, that was a great play by Jay, no doubt about it.
Coach, through 4 games, we seem to have seen a improved pass rush from your team compared to last year. You seem to be getting it from different areas, push up the middle, off the edge, blitzes off the wing. How much do you credit the improved play on defense to having a more consistent pass rush up front?
Yeah, it is more consistent. We have more D linemen when they can rotate in, so they come in and they're a little fresher, and that makes a difference. We have more speed on the edge, which makes a big difference. So, and then I think that Coach Drake and Coach Elliott, who work with those guys all the time, the outside linebacker, inside guys, have done a phenomenal job, and DJ and our defensive staff has done a good job of getting some people isolated in some different sets that we're coming out of and blitzing out of, but also we're getting there with 4 and getting a lot of pressure with 4. We've even gotten there with 3 now. So I think it's our defensive line is better. We're deeper. We're able to rotate more, and we have more speed off the edge with Davion and Drew. There's a lot more speed, so that helps us. And of course, Carson Wells and Jacob Callier are playing really well, and they've got good speed.
Mike, what kind of challenge does Manny Wilkins pose as far as being a guy that seems like he's been there forever for starters,
right,
and just all the things he can do, legs and throw.
Yeah, Manny's an excellent quarterback. He's truly what you call a dual threat quarterback. The thing that Manny can do is he can make the deep throw, he can make the intermediate throw, he can beat you with his legs, he can get on the edge on the pocket, which helps you in pass rush lanes, and he can break that down. And then he's played a lot of football, so he sees a lot of things, and he's extremely calm out there. He has a good quarterback demeanor. So he's an excellent player. He's a excellent Pac-12 quarterback, and a guy we're going to have to be able to kind of corral. I don't think you're going to be able to stuff him out, and because he's going to be able to make plays and understand what you're doing, but we have to corral him and be able to keep him from just beating us.
Coach, you talked a little bit about stopping Arizona State's running game. What have you and the other coaches talked about in terms of containing Nikhil Harry? He's one of Arizona State's more dynamic players
right
on the outside.
Yeah, Nikhil Harry is an excellent player. They move him around a lot, and so we've got to know where he is. We've got to understand what they're doing when he's in those positions. The thing that Nikhil does really well is his run after catch. And so they're going to get him the ball in Wildcat. They're going to get him the ball on screens. They're going to throw it up in the end zone for a jump ball because he's big. So our ability to get to him when he catches the screens and the quick throws is to get to him quick and get him down, get him corralled. If you let him get running, he's hard to bring down. I mean, he's big and powerful. So our objective is to know where he is, get to him quick. He's going to catch some balls because they're going to get it to him. But we can't allow him to run after catch and have some big plays in that type of situation.
Mike, Arizona State's defense, probably the most aggressive defense I would think you might have seen so far this year. I mean, 41 tackles for a loss, 18 sacks. They can be disruptive. So how do you then handle that offensively?
Yeah, they have a very disruptive defense. It's coming out of the Rocky Long from San Diego State and New Mexico. That's his protege that runs the defense there. They're a 3-3 scheme with a lot of attacking and schemes, so they're moving around everywhere. First of all, Steven's got to know what's going on, where the free guy could be coming from. I believe he understands that. And get the ball out of his hands quick. The second thing is the offensive line has to they've got to understand the different schemes. I believe they definitely do. But the other thing is you've got to be able to run the ball a little bit on them, and they know that. San Diego State, if they get you in a total one-dimensional passing game, then that's when they feast on you because they have all the different things they do. So we're going to have to be able to run the football and make some plays there to be able to allow us to throw it.
I'm just curious what you've seen different out of ASU with Herm running the show and just kind of your impressions of having him in the Pac-12 this year after all those years not being in college.
Right. Coach Edwards has done a good job with the team. Todd Graham left him a lot of talent there. And so I think Coach Edwards has done a good job with them. And they had that tough game at Washington that could have gone either way. Same way with San Diego State. So they could definitely be easily undefeated. I think they're a very good football team, and their special teams is good. I believe the same special teams coordinator that was there with Todd stayed, and so they show a lot of promise in that area. They got an unbelievable kicker and an unbelievable punter. They're really good. I thought the two they had 2 years ago when they came here were unbelievable. These guys are just as good, so it's pretty amazing how good they are.
Mike. I thought on Friday night your tempo started to affect UCLA. Are you seeing that with the kind of tempo you're trying to run an offense and how it's affecting the opposition?
Yeah, we want to play with a high tempo. Number one, we have quite a few linemen that we can rotate in and stay healthy. That keeps you going fast. We feel like that we have quite a couple running backs that can do it, and we have a multitude of receivers, so we can be able to play fast and stay fresh. And we would like to definitely do that. Of course, that dictates how the defense gets us going. But if we can get rolling and play fast, and our kids are good at it, and then the great thing about it is our quarterback understands it all. He's a quick twitch thinker. He can see it. He can think. He's very, very bright. He can get the ball out of his hands quick. He understands. He can now he's the running threat also. We don't want to run him a ton, but if they're going to give it to us, we will let him. And he's gotten better at sliding from his first few years. So I think that's it enables us to play fast. Chev's doing a great job. Him and Coach Adams of getting things called quickly and getting us going.
Mike?
Yes.
Being ranked this week for the first time since the division winning season, how does that affect the team? How does that affect the program? Does that bring a level of confidence that may have been missing last year?
I haven't said anything to the team about it, and not one of the players has said anything to me about it. So we honestly, that's a great thing for everybody, but for us, we know if we just take care of our next game and our next game, then we'll keep moving up and we'll be able to do the things we want to. We lose a couple games, we'll be out of all that. So that doesn't affect us at all. I think it is good for recruiting though. I will say that because those kids look at that. But as far as this team and what we're doing, not one of us or any of the coaches or anybody have said one word about it. So, and I'm glad none of the players have said anything to me about it. Huh? Yeah. I mean, they haven't said anything. They know what we have ahead of us. We got bigger aspirations than just being ranked. So hopefully we can get there.
Mike, that 5.5-minute drive you had there, I think it was the fourth scoring drive for you late in the third quarter. Looked like it kind of took the air out of UCLA. Is that something you can take advantage of at altitude even more so whenever you have a team come in here with something like that?
Yeah, we definitely would want to be able to do it. We ran the ball well. We also used the clock really well on that drive, and I think that we took a long drive and we were able to use the clock, able to get a score. I think that made a big difference, and also in the one we got 3 points on, we used the clock really well. So that was something that a lot of teams that play fast kind of get out of the rhythm, so to speak, and can't do that. We practice that so we can be fast, but we can also – we're going to be a game management football team also. I'm not going to be one of those, I'm just going to call and run and go and see how it works out. I've heard people say that. I said, that's not – I don't think that's smart. So you have to practice that. You can't just all of a sudden click that on in a game. And our guys understand that. They understand what we're trying to do, how we're trying to do it. And I thought that the kids managed that really well.
Coach, Steven Montez obviously had a big game on the ground against UCLA. Is this something you'd like to see more of, and does his big arm allow him more space to run the ball? I don't want to see him running it too much, but when they give it to us and he has the ability to pull it, read it, see it, he's able to get down and scramble. He's done an excellent job this year in the first 4 games of being able to step up in the pocket, knowing when to throw it away, knowing when to get out. You haven't really seen him make a lot of those run-around circus plays. Now he will because he has ability. I mean, I'm not going to take that away from him, but he's now understood what it means to step up in the pocket, trust your pocket. He also knows what it means to, hey, just throw it away or dump it down really quick instead of making the home run hit. That's the maturation he's made, and it's made a big difference in offense. That's also why his pass percentage has gone up.
Anything else for Coach? Coach, can you just talk for just a moment about the success that Phil Lindsay's having in the NFL?
Yes, I'm really excited about Phil. I saw one play that was that I saw quickly, his touchdown run from like 1.5 yards, which was a typical Phil Lindsay play. He should have lost yardage, and he got in the end zone somehow, some way. I don't know, but that's Philip. I'm really excited for Phil. We text every week, and I'm extremely proud of him. It's not a surprise to me at all. Of knowing who he is, how he works, his toughness, and his abilities. So I just wish the Broncos would have won, but they didn't, so they need to bounce back. And so I'm excited about Philip. And how about those Rockies? That's pretty special, huh? So you're not wearing your Rockies shirt like you wore the other day. You already off the bandwagon? Oh, golly. All right. So So I'm excited about that also. But yeah, very proud of Philip, and he will keep doing it. And hopefully he'll keep doing well enough that he can get a Head and Shoulders commercial with his hair. That's what I hope. Yep, he'll break one. So, all right, thanks guys, appreciate it.